Zoe, have you and Chloe arrived home yet? I want to express my deepest gratitude for joining us at my mother's funeral today. I also want to thank you for visiting and taking care of her while she was still hospitalized.
Don't worry about it, Tim. After all, I used to be her daughter-in-law, and your family always treated me with kindness. It's the least I can do. Besides, it's my responsibility to bring her grandchild to see her one last time, and I just didn't expect Mom to leave so suddenly.
I never anticipated she would go so unexpectedly. How is Chloe? Is she alright? She always adored her grandmother the most. If it weren't for my past mistakes, our divorce could have been avoided, and maybe my mother and Chloe would have had more time together.
Ugh, don't blame yourself like that, Tim. Our divorce wasn't solely your fault. We simply had different perspectives on life. I agree with your assessment. Don't worry. Chloe's doing fine. She believes her grandmother's watching over her, so she's no longer as sad. But what about your new wife? She seems distraught. I saw her crying a lot.
Oh, you mean Rosa? She's in a profound state of sorrow. I believe it stems from not being able to care for Mom during her final moments.
That's understandable. Well, there's one thing I need to tell you, Tim. Earlier, Chloe mentioned feeling tired, so I brought her home without informing you or the lawyer.
Is this about the inheritance? Even so, there's no need to worry. It was our mother's final wish after all. Furthermore, she left the property to Chloe, not you. Why do you keep refusing?
I understand that, but it's just overwhelming.
Please, put your worries to rest. You know how much my mother cherished Chloe. Moreover, it's her property and her decision. Even if you were to tell me now, it wouldn't alter the will. Let us honor her wishes and grant her peace of mind.
But I only require a home. I have no need for any other assets. I can raise my children on my own.
Look at it from a positive angle. She desires for Chloe to have a more prosperous and fulfilling life, regardless of whether she is with you or me. Please accept it and care for our daughter.
Oh, fine, I'll accept the inheritance. If it's truly what your mother wanted for Chloe's future, then I won't stand in the way anymore. But I want you to know that I will use it solely for the benefit of our daughter.
Thank you, Zoe. I appreciate your understanding. It means a lot to me and Chloe. Now I think it's essential for you to take a break and rest.
I suppose you're right. It has been a tough period for all of us.
Hey, Zoe, you're such a conniving woman. So that's why you rushed to the hospital to take care of my mother-in-law when you heard she was sick? Is it because you knew that by doing so she would be touched and let you inherit all her property?
What? What are you talking about? I don't understand. I never had any intention to target Mother's property. I took care of her because I genuinely loved her, without any ulterior motive as you suggest. And the inheritance was meant for Chloe's future, not mine.
Just a part? The lawyer said she left all her assets, including land, houses, cars, and money in bank accounts to your daughter. The total value of those assets amounts to $1 million. Meanwhile, my husband, her biological son, is left with mere scraps, shares in her company and her small business. Compared to the fortune your daughter received, it's like a drop in the ocean. Isn't Chloe only 4 years old? According to the law, all the assets she inherits will be managed by you until she turns 18, right? So it's not like you benefit fully. Now I understand why you spent so much time at the hospital. It was to remind her to divide the property in favor of your daughter.
You're going too far with your assumptions. I'll repeat it. I never had any intention to appropriate any property left to my daughter by Mother. I have no control over Mom's decisions. It was her choice to allocate the inheritance as she saw fit. I never asked for any of this, and I certainly never intended to cause strife within your family. If you believe that simply taking care of your mother for a few days would change her entire will and inheritance, then why didn't you do the same? If it's as easy as you claim, why didn't you step up and take care of her to secure the inheritance for yourself?
Ugh! Taking care of an elderly woman is so tiresome and inconvenient. Besides, as the new daughter-in-law, I believe I should be the one inheriting all the property, regardless of the circumstances. It's my rightful claim. Wait a minute. Mom, she's no longer your mother-in-law. If you truly don't want that property, why don't you refuse the inheritance and give it back to my husband and me? You're just trying to portray yourself as a decent woman who doesn't care about your ex-husband's family's money, when in reality, you're a greedy opportunist.
Oh, watch your words. I won't tolerate being bullied by you. I already discussed this with Tim, and he insisted that I take the property because it was his mother's final wish. He wants Chloe to have a fulfilled life. And I am merely a temporary manager, not the real owner, so I don't have the right to refuse. Don't assume everyone is like you.
Oh, you're so clever, huh? Did you act pitifully in front of Tim to ensure he wouldn't force you to return the property? Well, I never thought you were so scheming. Actually, I have a better idea. If you're struggling so much with managing that money, why don't you just leave Chloe with me and Timothy to raise? I can become Chloe's legal guardian, and you won't have to worry about that enormous sum anymore.
What? But you never liked my daughter before. Last time my daughter went to your house to spend time with her father, you treated her poorly and sent her back. Why do you want to adopt her now? I'm not buying it.
Who told you I sent her back? I still love Chloe deeply. I'm sure it's just because you're jealous that I'm your ex-husband's wife now. You're afraid that your daughter might like me more, so you're rejecting me, right?
I never spoke ill of you to my daughter. I witnessed your behavior firsthand. The last time I brought Chloe to stay with her father for the weekend, you slammed the door in my face and sent us home. So why are you suddenly so eager to be involved in Chloe's life now? Is it because of the inheritance she received?
Times have changed, Zoe. I was young and perhaps didn't think clearly back then. But now, things are different. Chloe is Timothy's daughter, and I am Timothy's wife, which makes me Chloe's stepmother. What's wrong with a mother caring for her own daughter?
If your only intention in seeking custody of Chloe is for the money, then don't do it. Chloe is not a means for financial gain. She is my daughter, and I will always prioritize her well-being above anything else.
Spare me your self-righteousness. If you truly care about Chloe, then prove it. Give up the inheritance and let my husband and I manage it for her. You're clearly overwhelmed by the responsibility, so let someone more capable handle it.
Absolutely not. I won't hand over Chloe to you. I am her mother, and I will do whatever it takes to ensure her happiness and security. Your sudden interest in adopting her is nothing more than a ploy to take advantage of the situation.
You're just afraid that Chloe will grow closer to me and see you for who you truly are. Admit it. You're scared of losing control and being exposed as the selfish, manipulative person you truly are.
I've had enough of your baseless accusations. I won't engage in this pointless argument any longer. Your bitterness blinds you to the truth, and I won't waste my time trying to convince you otherwise.
Oh, running away, are you? Just like you did in your last marriage. You couldn't handle the fact that my husband chose me over you. Now you're using your daughter as a pawn to fulfill your selfish desires.
Just shut your mouth and stay away from my daughter. Don't ever try to approach my daughter again.
We'll see whom Chloe chooses in the end, Zoe. Prepare yourself, because I won't back down easily.
Hey, Rosa, what did you do today at my daughter's school? My daughter just told me that you came to see her. I explicitly told you to stay away from her, didn't I?
Calm down, there's no need to panic. I just visited her briefly to see if she was doing well and brought her some presents and cakes. Who knows? What if someone were to take advantage of that significant inheritance and mistreat her?
I appreciate your concern, but Chloe is my daughter, and I know what's best for her.
Oh, really? So you think this is the best way to take care of her? Leaving her waiting at school after classes while all of you have gone home? And you're satisfied with her attending this ordinary kindergarten instead of an elite, prestigious one? Should we just let her live in a shack without proper furnishings?
You seem to be quite skilled at prying and pointing out other people's mistakes, don't you? Due to my work at the restaurant, I couldn't pick her up, so I asked her homeroom teacher, who is also my neighbor, to take her home. The teacher was busy today, so they left a bit later, resulting in Chloe returning home later than usual. It's not like I abandoned her, as you're insinuating. As for her schooling, I've discussed it with Chloe before, and she is happy and comfortable studying where she is. Besides, my daughter and I will soon be moving to a new, more spacious house closer to my workplace.
Spare me the laughable story, Zoe. It's clear that you're just too cheap and selfish to invest in your daughter's future. Now that you have $1 million, you're unwilling to spend a dime on her? Let her live with us, and I promise to give her a life fit for a queen.
Living a life of luxury doesn't automatically make someone a decent and valuable citizen of society. Well, I obviously see that from you. Don't worry. I'll raise my daughter to be responsible and ensure she grows up to inherit $1 million from her grandmother.
Ugh! You're so delusional, Zoe!
How dare you think you can just take everything for yourself?
I won't let you get away with it. I'll make sure to take back every single penny that was meant for my husband and me.
Save your empty threats, Rosa. Your bitterness won't change the reality of the situation. The inheritance was rightfully designated to Chloe by her grandmother. You can't rewrite the will to suit your own selfish desires.
Don't play innocent, Zoe. I know your true colors. You've always been after money, and now you're shamelessly using our daughter as a pawn to secure your future? You think you can just walk all over me? I won't stand by and watch you destroy everything we deserve. I'll fight tooth and nail to expose your true intentions and take back what should have been rightfully ours.
Keep shouting and threatening all you want, Rosa. Your anger won't alter the facts. The inheritance is legally entrusted to Chloe, and I will fulfill my role as her mother to safeguard her interests.
I'll see about that, Zoe. You think you can protect Chloe forever? I'll expose your true intentions and make sure she ends up where she belongs. With me and Timothy. You'll be left with nothing!
I won't waste any more time on your empty threats, Rosa. My priority is in my daughter's well-being, and I won't let anyone jeopardize that. Your words mean nothing to me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have more important things to attend to. Goodbye, Rosa. Timothy, please tell me, how is Chloe? Is she all right? I want to know if she's safe and well.
How dare you ask about Chloe after what you've done? I can't believe I ever trusted you with her. You're unfit to be a mother, Zoe. I think she had enough of your abuse and neglect.
What are you talking about? I've never abused Chloe. I love her more than anything, and her well-being has always been my priority. Please, Timothy, tell me what happened.
Don't you dare play innocent. Our daughter ended up losing consciousness because of you.
No, that can't be true. I would never harm Chloe. Something must have happened, but it wasn't because of me. I've always taken care of her to the best of my ability.
Rosa showed me the evidence, Zoe. She showed me the photos of Chloe serving tables at the restaurant where you work, wherein you forced her to work to make more money for you. And then she had to walk home alone and got hit by a bicycle. Look at her bruises, Zoe. She's been eating unclean food, which caused her stomach ache, that led to her coma.
No, it can't be true. I would never do that to Chloe. I would never put her in danger or force her to work. I love her more than anything, Timothy. You have to believe me. Chloe seemed fine when she got home from school. She was having a piece of cake in the kitchen when suddenly she complained of dizziness and collapsed. I was terrified, and that's when you arrived and took her away.
Believe you? How can I believe you when I have the evidence right in front of me? Our daughter's safety and well-being should have been your top priority, Zoe. But instead, you subjected her to such horrible conditions.
Timothy, I swear I never intended to harm Chloe. I've always tried my best to provide for her. I've been working hard at the restaurant to make ends meet, but I never forced her to work or put her in harm's way. There must be some misunderstanding or misinterpretation of the evidence.
I trusted you, Zoe. I trusted you with our daughter's life. And you've betrayed that trust. Why, Zoe? Why would you treat our own daughter this way? Is it all for the money? Is that why you've been abusing her?
Timothy, please. I need to know how Chloe is right now. Please let me go to the hospital with you. I want to be there for her, to support her through this.
No, Zoe. You have no right to be near Chloe ever again. You betrayed our trust and put our daughter in danger. I will not allow you to cause her any more harm. As for custody, I will fight for full custody over my daughter, and I will sue you for the abuse you've inflicted upon Chloe.
Timothy, I never intended to hurt Chloe. I never abused her. I love our child, and I would never do anything to harm her. I can be a better mother. Please don't take her away from me.
I should have realized the truth earlier. But now that I know the extent of what you've done, I won't let it continue. I will do everything in my power to ensure the safety and well-being of our child. You will face the consequences of your actions.
Please, Timothy, don't take her away from me. I love her so much. I'll do anything to make things right. Please have mercy.
It's in the hands of the authorities now, Zoe. You will be held accountable for your actions. I will ensure that our daughter is safe no matter what it takes. Goodbye, Zoe.
Zoe, what did you say to Timothy that made him go home and ask for a divorce? What did you do this time?
Ugh, Rosa, I don't have the time or patience to entertain your manipulative games anymore. Your true colors have been exposed, and it's clear that you are only driven by greed and a desire for power. Tim and I now know the truth about your actions, so there's no need for you to play innocent anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about. I did nothing wrong.
You did nothing wrong. How dare you say that after all you've done to me and my daughter?
Chloe? I have always cared for Chloe and wanted what's best for her.
Spare me your lies! It's because of your interference that Chloe's life has been filled with chaos and suffering. You've used her as a pawn in your quest for wealth and control. Now that your true intentions have been revealed, don't expect anyone to believe your empty excuses.
Oh, so now you're the victim? You abused Chloe, forced her to work at the restaurant, and subjected her to dangerous situations. You're the one who should be held accountable.
How dare you twist the truth to fit your narrative? I have never abused Chloe, and I would never subject her to such harm. You're the one who has exploited her vulnerability and used her as a means to your ends. But rest assured, the truth will prevail and justice will be served.
Justice? You think anyone will believe you over me? I have evidence against you, and I will make sure the court sees your true nature.
Bring forth your so-called evidence. It was you who fabricated evidence to slander me. You did this to make Tim think I treated Chloe badly and that he should take back custody of the children. Then you automatically became Chloe's guardian and gained full access to her $1 million. Am I right to say that?
Fabricated evidence? Rosa, you're desperately grasping at straws now. I've never fabricated anything. The evidence I presented was the truth, the proof of your actions. You can deny it all you want, but the truth speaks for itself.
Rosa, enough with the charade. Well, you can pretend all you want, but the truth will catch up with you eventually. I have people who have investigated and uncovered the truth behind everything. It's clear that you orchestrated these events to harm both me and Chloe, all for your own selfish gain. I have no idea what you're talking about, Zoe. I would never do anything to harm Chloe like you. You're just making baseless accusations. Don't think I'm like you. Whatever you do, you must have real proof. And guess what? I found the man you hired to follow and take pictures of my daughter while she was helping out at the restaurant. She did it willingly because she wanted to support her hard-working mother, not because I forced her to. He confessed to everything.
You must be lying. I'm sure you paid him to make false accusations against me.
Really? But here's the thing. You hired a very meticulous individual. He keeps records of every transaction, including yours, of course.
So what? That still doesn't change the fact that you poisoned her and let her go home alone.
There's no need to worry. I've already had the cake you gave Chloe tested. And the results were crystal clear. It was you who poisoned that cake. The poison is colorless, odorless, and tasteless, causing the person to fall into a coma for 3 days.
What? How dare you doubt me? Those cakes were made with so much love for Chloe. You can't doubt my love for her.
Enough! I won't let you use my daughter as your scapegoat any longer. Still not admitting it, huh? I found a videotape near the elementary school next door. It captured you talking to a kid on a bike, and moments later, the same kid crashed into my daughter. I confronted him, and he admitted that you promised to buy him a new bike if he purposely bumped into Chloe and got a minor scratch.
You? How can you trust a child?
I trust the evidence, Rosa. The pieces are coming together, and your true nature is being exposed. You won't get away with what you've done to my daughter. I will fight for justice and protect Chloe from people like you.
Zoe, please, I beg you, don't take legal action against me. I promise I'll change. I'll make things right. Help me convince him not to divorce me.
I'll do anything.
Just please don't destroy my life.
Begging for mercy won't change the harm you've caused, Rosa. This is not just about Tim and me anymore. It's about the safety and well-being of our daughter. I cannot trust you to be a positive influence in Chloe's life.
Zoe, you're not seeing the bigger picture here. I didn't do anything wrong. It was all because of your mother-in-law's unfairness. If she had just let me inherit all the property, none of this would have ever happened. I was driven to desperate measures because I felt robbed and ignored.
That's no excuse, Rosa. Blaming others for your actions won't absolve you of the harm you've caused. Rosa, as a woman, how could you heartlessly harm a child like that? Children are innocent and vulnerable, and it's our duty as adults to protect and nurture them. Imagine if the roles were reversed and it was your child being subjected to such mistreatment. Would you still justify your actions? I'm done with you. Just wait for the police. They'll come find you soon. As the days passed, the truth unfolded and justice prevailed. The revelation of Rosa's malicious actions and abuse shook our lives to the core. Tim, with a heavy heart, decided to end his marriage to Rosa, realizing he could no longer trust the person he once loved. The divorce proceedings were challenging and emotionally draining, but we remained determined to protect our daughter, Chloe. Rosa's true colors were revealed to the court, and the evidence against her was overwhelming. The legal system recognized the severity of her actions, and she was sentenced to 10 years in prison for child abuse. It was a bittersweet moment, knowing that justice was served, but also acknowledging the pain and suffering that had been inflicted upon Chloe. While the legal battle was arduous, it was our unwavering love for Chloe that provided us with the strength to endure. Tim and I became even more committed to creating a safe and nurturing environment for our daughter. We sought therapy to heal the wounds inflicted by Rosa's actions, and to ensure that Chloe received the emotional support she needed to overcome this traumatic experience. With time, Chloe began to heal and blossom once again. Her resilience and inner strength amazed us every day. We surrounded her with love, understanding, and opportunities to grow. Chloe thrived academically and socially, finding solace in her newfound stability and the unwavering support of her family. As for Tim and me, the challenges we faced only strengthened our bond. We became a united front, committed to providing Chloe with the best life possible. Our love grew deeper, fueled by the shared purpose of raising a happy and well-adjusted child. We learned from the past, cherishing every moment and making the most of our time together as a family. Life took a turn for the better as we moved forward. We found the joy in the simple pleasures, cherishing the laughter and the precious memories we created as a family. Chloe's smile became a constant reminder of our resilience and the triumph over adversity.